One thing that's really exciting during this season, at a time when Bibles are being wheeled out of schools, it's a season where they're being wheeled into the jails. There's a big difference between prison ministry and jail ministry. And jail ministry is, of course, for those that are going to be incarcerated from 1 day to 1 year. We are specific and focused to Michigan County jails, and I think that's unique. And many sheriffs have mentioned to me that it's the best thing they have going as far as impacting and achieving that goal of reducing recidivism.
95% of the jail population comes right back into our community. They are our brothers, our sisters, our cousins, our neighbors, and they're coming back to us, and we can either make them better citizens or we can let them languish in jail and make them better criminals when they come out.
Forgotten Man Ministries is a mission field in our backyard, because each of the counties throughout Michigan has a sheriff. Each of the sheriffs has a jail. And in those jails are hurting people, broken people, people who need to hear the gospel and who need to be restored in the name of Christ.
Even though I thought Christ had abandoned me throughout my whole life and left me high and dry, I realize now looking back that He was pursuing me every single day. And when I finally decided to come back to Christ, that's when I made my comeback.
There's something very beautiful about that, because we get to go into a place that's typically very dark, and we get to bring the light of Christ into that space. And it's an honor and a privilege to be able to do that.
Jesus said that we should make disciples, but that not to forget those who are in jail, and we should help them in not only spiritually but physically, and bring them the good news so that they may find peace and forgiveness in Christ's finished work on the cross.
Michigan Sheriff's Association has been a huge supporter of our ministry and has impacted our work throughout Michigan.
I had one individual that he was going to go to prison. And he says, Sheriff, I got to tell you this. He says, if it wasn't for you and Forgotten Man Ministries, he says, not only would I be going to prison, but he says, I would have lost my life. He said, I lost my family, I lost my house, I lost my job. But because you and Forgotten Man Ministries took it upon yourself to look at me as a human being and invest in me, it's the first time in my life where somebody actually looked at me with value.
Shame is being lifted off folks. They are given a new beginning. They're given a hope and a future that can only be found in Jesus Christ.
I was at the end of myself, and I said, I'm ready, and I felt God just hold out His arms to me and say, finally.
Our hope is not only for eternal life, but also that their time here on earth they'll follow a new path that honors the Lord, being a better spouse, a better husband, a better employee, a better citizen, and in a small way impacting our corner of the world in an otherwise turbulent world.
The beauty of Forgotten Man Ministries is that we are a relational ministry. So we don't just drop off resources and leave people to their own devices. We provide people who go in and help teach the Bible, help them study the Bible, help inmates grow in their faith so they can know what the Bible really says about having a new life in Christ.
They are crying out for a change to their lives, and many of them are crying out for Jesus Christ. And for the first time, they have the opportunity to really, through His Word, study His Word, see the grace of God, see the forgiveness of God, and really see how that can impact their lives. We have quite an army of chaplains, approximately 42 at the moment, and the biggest single thing that is I love about them is from top to bottom their heart for the Lord and their passion for the ministry. And all other things are as different as night and day. The whole spectrum of colors are reflected among the chaplains. But one thing that is absolutely clear if I set them all in this room, you'd recognize they all have a heart for the Lord and they have a passion for this ministry.
One of the first ways that we ask for people to support us is by joining with us in prayer. The second way is by helping support financially. And for many people, that is going to be the best way to support, because for some people, they don't have the time or the inclination to get involved with jail ministry. So providing that support for the chaplains and those ministries is crucial. And then a third way is for folks to explore, as a volunteer, doing jail ministry themselves.
It's the transformation of returning citizens. But what's exciting about that is the spiritual team that has gone in on behalf as the hands and feet of the Lord and impacted and helped and partnered with the Lord to make that happen.